So Francis Ngannou is back in mixed martial arts this weekend, and he will be fighting Renan Ferreira in a fight I don't think it's going to be competitive. Now, I know I said this about Khalil Roundtree versus Alex Pereira, and I said Alex Pereira was going to knock him out in 90 seconds. That didn't end up happening. It ended up being a very competitive fight. But this time, I really do think, and I really, like, I don't even think this is a hot take. I think Francis Ngannou is going to knock Renan Ferreira out in about 25 seconds. I don't think this is remotely competitive. Now, Ferreira does have a longer reach, which we don't really see Ngannou against guys who are bigger like this. And he is coming off a pretty bad KO against Anthony Joshua, but, you know, to quote a fucking old ass senator, Mr. Ferreira, you are no Jack Kennedy. You know, you are no Anthony Joshua and Ferreira. And I do think Francis Ngannou is going to go out there and he's going to play a very similar game plan to what he did against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I think he could just run out there and swing, and if he lands one of those shots, Ferreira's getting chinned. Ferreira doesn't have a great chin as it is. He got KO'd by Antia Delia. I guess he got a DQ win there. A DQ loss there. Doesn't really count. But he got armbarred by Vinicius Mejia. I don't like that at all. He got subbed by Fabricio Verdum, but they didn't see it, and then he ended up knocking out Verdum. And then he lost to 2 drug cheats. So it's like, I don't know. I just don't think he's going to be able to take the power from Francis Ngannou. Now, Ngannou would have to be extremely washed to lose his fight, which is a possibility. He's 38 years old, but that power is the last thing to go. He's definitely still got that power. He dropped Tyson Fury, like, he's got to win this. Like, surely, if all is right in the world, Francis Ngannou doesn't even sweat. Like, he doesn't break a sweat in this fight. If all logic is in this fight. Now, if there's no logic, then Ferreira might just knock him out in the first 20 seconds. It is worth mentioning, though, he did get badly knocked out by Anthony Joshua in March. So, you know, he's had a bit of time to recover. I am surprised we are seeing him this soon. He's motivated, though. You know, obviously he's had some pretty devastating stuff happen to him. But I think Francis Ngannou is going to be able to put Ferreira out very relatively early. I don't think this is competitive. And worst comes to worst, Francis Ngannou could definitely take down Ferreira and just beat the crap out of him on the ground. Because Francis Ngannou has decent wrestling. He's powerful. He's strong. He's a freak athlete. He's very scary. So I'm going to go Francis Ngannou to get this one done over Renan Ferreira. And I'll just give some little predictions for these other fights. We have Chris Cyborg versus Larissa Pacheco. I think Chris Cyborg wins this fight. I know Pacheco did technically beat Kayla Harrison, but it was after 3 attempts. She already lost to her twice before. She isn't like a bad fighter, but Chris Cyborg's on a different level. She's a much better boxer. I think she's going to beat Pacheco, as long as she doesn't go out there just chin first like she did against Amanda Nunes. Then we have Johnny Eblen versus Fabian Edwards. This is a rematch. They've already fought. Johnny Eblen already beat him before. I think he's going to beat him again. You know, Johnny Eblen had a pretty competitive fight against, what's his name? Impa Kasanganay. He was very competitive. But, you know, he literally beat Fabian Edwards like literally a year ago. Like, he was literally booked against him in September, like almost a year to the day when they first fought, like a week removed from it being a year removed, being a year away. I really do think Eblen's just going to take him down and beat him up from the ground again. So I'm going to go Johnny Eblen by TKO. Then we have Hussein Kadyrmagov versus Zavar Merlan. I don't know either of these guys, which might make me sound like a bit of a casual guys, but okay, this is their first time in PFL, so I'm not too like casual here. I don't know either of these blokes. Taehun Kim, that name rings a bell. So I lost to Roman Bucket. This was the guy who got cut for the Leonardo Santos. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know either of these blokes, so I'll go Hussein Kadamagov, I guess. Let's go Switzerland. Then we have AJ McKee versus Paul Hughes. Now, I do know these two. This is a very interesting fight because I wouldn't have done this fight so early. I would have built Hughes up a little bit. But, you know, Hughes is young. He's 27. Only 2 years difference between these guys. They're both very good fighters. Paul Hughes has decent takedown defense from memory. I'm going to go Paul Hughes for the upset. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm going Paul Hughes for the upset. I think he can beat AJ McKee. He's a good fighter. AJ McKee is also very good. But we have seen that there is moments where he has competitive fights with like Spike Carlisle. Which I don't rate that. I don't think that's a great look. And his level of... You know, not that Paul Hughes is going out there and beating like world killers either. But he is beating like... what's his name? He beat Jordan Vucenic. They're 1-1. The first fight was very close as well. Beat Morgan Charrier. Like, these are good wins. You could arguably say these are better wins. And he beat Bobby King. Bobby King is also a decent fighter. Obviously, no AJ McKee, but... You know, level of competition shouldn't factor too much into this because this is a big step up for Paul Hughes. But I think Paul Hughes will get this one done. I think he's generally a very good prospect, so I'm going to go Paul Hughes to get this one done. It could age horribly, I'm not going to lie though. Then we have Rafion Stotts versus Marcos Briano. I don't even know this dude. He got subbed by Danny Sabatello. Interesting. Name sort of rings a bell now that I'm thinking about it. I'll go Rafion Stotts to get a submission in this fight. Then we have Madasharap Zanonokov versus Derek Sanders. I'll go with the guy who's got Ov at the end of his name. Then we have Ibrahim Igrabomov versus Nacho Campos. I'll go with the guy with Ov at the end of his name again, but I don't know too much about these guys. And then I'll go with Taha Bendaard, just because he's a bit younger. So those are my predictions. I know I half-assed it a little bit. I don't know a lot of these guys. I'm not a casual. I watch a lot of events, but I guess I'm not watching enough Middle Eastern events because a lot of those guys were from Middle Eastern promotions. But anyway, that's my predictions for this card. Make sure you like this video. Let me know your predictions. Let me know if I'm wrong. Are you going with Renan Ferreira to beat Francis Ngannou? Could it happen? Absolutely. Will it happen? I don't think it will. Personally, I don't think so. But, you know, it's a crazy sport. His chin could be completely broken for all we know. He could come in here and be like a James Vick type guy now. Like, you know, Ngannou could just get slept by a jab. It's possible after a KO like that. You never know what's going to happen. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.